Okay, hi. For this question, it is related to counting technique. So, a question from the lecture. For this question, they told you that a subcommittee of 4 people is to be chosen from the following 10 people. So we have Anis until Richard. So by right, our n right now is equal to 10. And then here they said that 4 people is to be chosen. And then we want to choose 4 people, right? So by right, our r is equal to 4. Okay, and then when they said it is related to chosen, so we need to use combination. Okay, now calculate the possible different subcommittees in each of the following cases. So for the first cases, they said there are no restrictions. So by right, there are no restriction to make up of the subcommittee. We can choose 4 people without any condition. So we can use formula NCR. So by right, so currently our n is equal to 10, right? So CR is the number of committee that we want to choose, which is 4. So you get 10C4. So now 10C4 is equal to 210. This is the number of ways that we can form for 4 subcommittee for question A when there is no restriction. So for question B, they said that Babisha and Richard must both be on the subcommittee. By right, these 2 people, Babisha and Richard, must be in the subcommittee. So let's say we want to choose Babisha and Richard, right? Okay, so when we want to choose Babisha and Richard, 2 of them we must choose. So Babisha and Richard is 2, right? So since we must choose both of them, so we need to write 2C2. 2 choose 2. Okay, and then we already choose 2. Now we want to choose another 2 from the rest of the subcommittee. So the rest of subcommittee, we have remaining 8, right? Because we choose already Babisha and Richard. And then we want to choose another 2. So that's why we have 8C2. Because this 8 is for the remaining. So that's why when you get to C2, multiply with 8C2. So the answer is equal to multiply with 2C2 is equal to 1. Multiply with 8C2 is equal to 28. So the answer is 28 ways that you can choose. Okay, 28 ways. Sorry, right. Okay, now for this question, see, Anis and Grace must be both on the subcommittee or neither be on the subcommittee. So by right, both must be with the committee, and it can be not both. Both of them will not be. Okay, now for Anis and Grace, we have 2, right? People that 2 committee that we need to choose. If both of them we choose, then it is 2C2. And then the remaining, we multiply with 8C2. Why? Because we choose 2 already, Anis and Grace. Now the remaining is 8. From this 8, we want to choose 2. So that's why you're going to get answer here is equal to 28 for this one. Now, what happened to condition of not both? By right, this Anis and Grace is 2, right? We cannot choose both of them. So, it is 0. Multiply with, now, since we cannot choose Anis and Grace right now, right? So, the remaining that we have is 8. So, from this 8, because we cannot choose Anis and Grace, so we must choose 4 from the 8. So, that's why 8C4. So, 2C2, sorry, it's not 2C2. 2C0 multiply with 8C4. The answer is equal to 70 here. Now, they said here, right, must be both on the subcommittee or neither be on the subcommittee. So when they said or, you need to add. So 28, 8 add with 70, you're going to get equal to 98 ways. Okay, so this is the answer for C. Now we go for D. Okay, now for D, right, they said Darwish and Ferdinand must not both be on the subcommittee. Darwish can be, Ferdinand can be, but cannot be both. So by right, when cannot be both, Darwish cannot, Ferdinand cannot. Okay, this is the first case. The second case is when Darwin can be in the subcommittee, Ferdinand cannot be in the subcommittee. Okay, the third case is Darwin cannot be in the subcommittee, Ferdinand can be in the subcommittee. So, when both cannot be on the subcommittee, right? So, by right, to C0 multiply with 8C4. Because two of them cannot choose, the remaining we have 8, we need to choose 4 from that. Okay, now, for the second case here, Darwin can, right? Darwin, how many we have? Darwin, we have 1, right? So, Darwin, we can choose. So, 1C1. Ferdinand, we cannot choose. So, that's why multiply with 1C0. Because for Ferdinand, only 1, but we cannot choose him. So, that's why 1C0. Multiply with, because currently we already choose Darwin, right? The remaining, we have 8. But from this 8, we're going to choose 3. So, the answer here is 8C3. So, 1C1. Then multiply with 1C0 multiply with 8C3. The answer is 56. Okay. And then another one is when the third case here, I bring this third case here. No? So for the third case is when Darwin we cannot choose. So by right, Darwin is only 1. So we cannot choose. So 1C0. Ferdinand we can choose. So 1C1. And then since we already choose Ferdinand, right? So the remaining right now is 8. Okay. And then since we choose 1 already, the remaining that we need to choose is 3. So 8C3. So the answer is also 56. So by right, the answer for this one, I haven't calculated. Oh, sorry. Multiply with 8C4 is equal to 70 here. By right, this one must plus with this one, must plus with this one. Why? Because it said can be or can be but not both. So you plus all, you're going to get equal to 70 plus 56 plus 56. The answer is equal to 182 ways. Like that. So that's it for this question.